Hello you all. I'm going to demonstrate our first lab where we're going to be doing data analyses, and this one is just graphing, so it's nice and easy. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and you're going to want to have with you a copy of the instructions for this data analysis lab. Not much data to analyze, just to collect and show graphically. Alright? So we're going to start by doing nominal data. So you'll go to Excel, and when you go to Excel, you can open that up and you're going to start a worksheet, the kind with the grid on it. So it'll look like this and you'll just click on that. Alright? So what you're going to do is collect nominal data on the frequency of different ethnicities attending our college or our local university, whichever you want. So the keywords that can help you get to that data would be things like student diversity or enrollment trends. Now, on one of these it separates male and female students, and so you're not going to want to do that. You're going to combine those back together. You're going to add those up. We also don't need to add things like mixed or whatever. So, I just want to see that you get the data that's out there about either our college or our university. So what you'll do is you'll open an Excel file and you'll list the ethnicities. So here where I put rain and no rain, that's going to be my example. But you're going to list the ethnicities. All right? And then next to it, you're going to list the total number of students in that ethnicity. So for each one of these, and it's the males and females combined, so you may have to add them. You're going to put the different values, the frequencies for ethnicities here. So the next thing you're going to do is click and drag over. Now you've got different data. I'm going to use rain and no rain in Tucson, Arizona. How many days a year does it rain? Did it rain 10, being optimistic, and no rain 355. So we're going to cover these. There we go. And now we're going to create a graph by selecting to choose a column graph from the Inserts chart. So we go to Inserts. Now, one of the things you can do is go to Recommended Charts. Now, for nominal data, we know we're looking for a histogram or a bar chart or a line chart. So here's one already. So I could just click on that, and then all I would have to do is type in my chart title and then put some kind of information about what these numbers are by labeling the abscissa and labeling the ordinate. So here's another version. We're not doing a pie chart here because we're going to do that. That's our third graph. So let me go ahead and click this on in there. Okay. Now I need to give it a good chart title. So you can see select a graph. There's not a legend, so we don't have to remove it. But if it had something that said, you've got a red one and it's no rain and a blue one and it's rain, we would just take that out. Anything extraneous like values and percentages around here, we would take out because that's just noise. So we could select to change our bar colors, and we also want to put the axis labels. So chart title, this would be something like student diversity at our college, or enrollment trends at the university, something like that. And you would put this year, or the data from whatever is the most recent year. Now here I'm going to go click over here because I need some axis titles. There we go, because I need to be specific about what is on here. So here it says axis title, and that is days of rain. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Days of rain. I'm talking loud because people outside are talking. And then, there we go. And then I'm going to click here. And actually I didn't need an axis title there, but you will when you do this with your ethnicities. So notice how it's specific about ethnicity is going to be the abscissa, where I've got rain, no rain. And frequency is going to be as typical of frequency on the ordinate there. All right, so this is the mere 10 days of rain. Of course, in the desert, you can't have more than an average of 12 days of rain a year, and then the no rain days right there. All right, but yours is going to be ethnicities, and then combined male and female totals for those, and a nice chart title here, which you could say ethnic diversity at, I'll just put it, but you would be more specific there. All right? Oh, look, typo. I correct it right up here on this bar, ethnic diversity at our college. All right. So that one's gonna be easy. It also tells you here you're gonna label the abscissa ethnicity and the ordinate frequency. You need a good title up there. All right. So that's easy. Now we go to our second little graph, also easy here. This is the interval and ratio data. And this, what's going to take you a while is getting the data in there. So you're going to go to the internet and find the national average wage from 1951 to the latest data in the United States. Now this data is out there and you can cut and paste it. And sometimes people have had trouble cutting and pasting it right into Excel for some reason, but they were able to paste it into Word and then paste it from there into Excel. But you can cut and paste that in there. Give yourself plenty of time, so if you have trouble doing it, you won't be all frustrated. It's nothing difficult. You just have to carefully enter your data. All right. So we're going to. Make this a new page. You're going to list the years in one column. You're going to start with 51. So about 70 scores in there or so. And then what the score was. And I don't know what this is, maybe, how many inches of rain in each of those years. Now we're going to click and cover the data and the dates. Now remember, if we've got something that is logically a linear thing, then we can use a line graph. And so for this, the best thing would be a line graph to show an easy picture of how that would look. So we covered it up. We're going to go to Insert, and then take a look at Recommended Charts here. Now this one already has the years there, so that's good. And then this one, it looks like that's it. We don't need this. We just did a histogram. So this one's going to be a line graph. So that's the one that they're recommending. Let's go ahead and insert that. But let me show you there's more charts you can choose from. We even have some charts you don't see very often. Look, there's the box and whisker one. A waterfall, all kinds of options there. If I want to use the line one, I can choose anything from this group. Now, notice how this one only has one line. Well, that's how much rain over that time. But this one has two lines. What's going on here? That's definitely not something we want. Let's see if it's got any more. Now, see these with two lines? That's not going to be right. That's where you start to use your years as data. And that's not your data. All right, so we're going to go ahead and select this one. Okay. Go to Insert and select a line graph. Excel will recommend. Select one that has dates along the abscissa. Put a descriptive title. So here you would say something like national average wage, 1951 to whatever. And then over here, you would need an axis title over here, because this would be the wages. And then you really don't need one here because that's the years. And that's pretty obvious. So we could take that one out, and you could put, it's probably going to describe it as median weight, median household income or something. All right, so you're going to put that in there. Do your little chart title. Everything's cool. And that takes us to the last piece of this graphing lab. So it's really nothing difficult. It's just going to need some time. Didn't come out very good. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to add a new sheet here. And one thing to watch out for Excel is if you can't find your data, sometimes it's created a new sheet without asking you. But if you want a new sheet, you just click right here. All right. So, new sheet. Now this last one, at this point, I would be handing out fun-size packages of M&Ms or Skittles for you to get data to make a pie chart. And I'm using this because the pie chart, I want you to be able to change the colors and show you how that works. All right, and I also want to show you how to move around your data information. All right, so this is the data you're going to use. I'm going to use different data because, well, for obvious reasons. So I'm going to open an M&M's packet right now. There we go. And see what we have here. And no eating your data until you've logged it. But unfortunately, you don't have any data to eat. All right, so what I've got is, for brown, I've got 2. And then for blue, I've got 5. Now you're going to use this data over here. Making sure doesn't come out the same. For yellow, I've got 3. I've got 2 orange. Oops. And I've got 1 green. And I've got 1 red. All right, now I'm going to want to make a pie chart here. So I could cover this data and look and see what the recommended chart says. And let's see, that one looks pretty good right there. So why don't we do this? Why don't we select that one and go ahead and put it in there. You could look for others like we did where you go up here, like here's a pretty one. Oh, that one's pretty nice. Let's take that one. See, there's a whole slew of them there. So you can pick whatever you want, but in our case, we're going to want to make sure that everything's the color it's supposed to be. All right, so we're going to start, this light blue is what our brown M&Ms are. So we're going to do this. Now that selects the whole thing. But that's not really what I want to do. What I want to do is just get this slice. Yeah, just that slice. So see the 3 dots there? I've got just that slice. Those are my brown ones. So I'm going to go in and change the color. So that's the fill. And I'm going to click over here. Now, if you can't find it, you may be in one of these places. So just go back to the bucket, and we're going to change the fill to brown. There's not really a nice brown there. This is a really dark orange. Oh, that's pretty good. Now the 36 over here, I'm going to make this a little bigger. That's supposed to be blue, but it's orange. So let's get this slice. Oh good, all 3 dots. There they are. And now I'm going to go in and make that one. It's a darker blue than that. I think like that. There we go. Now this one, the gray should be yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and change the yellow one to orange first. There, I got the 3 dots. I'm going to go in here and make this one orange. It's kind of a brighter orange than that. And then I'm going to do this slice, which is supposed to be yellow.